Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. And I know technically I'm early, even though I'm kind of late. Okay, I have a 7 p.m. live today, not a 9 p.m. live today because I was off work. Okay, and y'all know if I don't have to go to work, it's a little bit easier for me to pop in and out for a quick little conversation, okay? And so here we are today, okay? We don't have much to discuss, but discuss we're gonna still do, okay? Because I was just saying things. I'm like, you know what? It's Throwback Thursday. So, there are things we can discuss, interviews from yesteryear or whatever. Because I had never seen Sherri Shepherd speak on that ex-husband and how he played her into getting that baby. Okay. And because there's always this narrative, okay, that she's a deadbeat mama and blah blah bloop because all we ever heard from was that ex-husband of hers. Because I found and saw the actual interview she did about 5 or 6 years ago. I saw on TikTok last night. I was like, no, we're gonna discuss that, okay? And then a little Bishop Robbery tidbit because you know what I'm saying, just remind folk how he be faking food, gay, Z, and whatever. And just little things here and there, okay? Because we can talk for a little hour and then go chill out, okay, and whatnot. But again, happy Thursday, okay? Happy Throwback Thursday and stuff, okay? Please make sure that you've already subscribed to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and okay? Also, like the video, please and thank you. Comments in the comments section because it's a conversation. You can also share the video by hitting the share button. Share it with those who don't know me, but they know you, okay? Also, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Okay. Now I'm here where I'm at now. Show yourself right now. Hi. How y'all doing? Hello. Okay, I put on a whole different sweatshirt. I have so many clothes. Y'all. And I really need to start, like, you know what I'm saying, when I get on camera, put on all my clothes. I'll be like, girl, throw in that little sweatshirt. Throw on a little sweatshirt. Don't keep getting clothes. Throw on a little sweatshirt. You chilling, okay? But again, hi to y'all, okay? Let's get some hellos. Let's get some hellos. Thank y'all for being early. And I did even post on my IG or Twitter that I was gonna be live because I was on my IG live. And while talking to my IG followers, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live at 7. Real fast to discuss the Sherri Shepherd thing or whatever. Then you got Tyrese, a little bit of Bishop Robbery was there. Little thing here, little thing there. Okay. But I have not even, told. And I was like, I'm just gonna, this is the thing. Those who rock with me will see I'm live and come around here. And those who rock with me who don't see I'm live, they will watch the replay. So it's okay, okay? But how y'all doing? How y'all look? Bishop Robbery, he hasn't done anything new, but it's still something I feel. I don't know if I have something funny. I like to show it, and that's what it is for him. But not Tyrese, yeah. Tyrese, he around here being whatever, okay? Yeah, we early tonight, okay, but only because I'm not at work. If I was at work, if I went to work today, I probably wouldn't have been live today. I would have been live tomorrow. But again, we only gonna be about an hour. It's gonna be real quick, fast, or whatever. And then I'm gonna go chill out, until tomorrow, and then I'm saying we'll see if it's stuff worth coming live tomorrow or not. Okay. I just definitely tap notification turns out. It was me. It was me. It was me. I know word on my shoulders, so filled with stress. If y'all have not know, y'all know the theme song, the intro song is my best friend Karla Pace. Okay, Karla with a K. And that's her song. You should get the host. The whole song is great. Okay, it's called All Right. Okay, but the link to get the song is always in the description box below. So if you like the intro song, which I feel is so soothing, and I'm a soothing person, go ahead and get it. Okay, Karla. And she's also on IG, again, Karla with a K. But all of that stuff, the links to all of that is in the description box below. Okay, best friend, yeah. Honey, happy Friday Eve. We made it to Thursday. Okay, hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, and subscribe. But hi to the people. Come on, Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. Yes, okay. I'm in a good mood, y'all. Not that I'm being in bad moods or whatever, but I'm singing a lot right now, and I don't know why. Anyway, welcome to the corner. We appreciate your presence. I have great mods. I'm glad to at least clean everything up. And this is the thing, MP. This is the thing. I feel like she cleared it up years ago, and like nobody picked up on it. Nobody replayed. Like, look, had I not seen, I was just look. Y'all not be up late scrolling. I was scrolling TikTok, and I'm like, that's Sherri Shepherd. And I'm like, what you talking about? And I'm like, I'm like, oh, she's saying what? Oh, okay. And so because I saw a clip of it on TikTok, I then went, and found the actual radio station, and then, down, got the whole look. It was like maybe 7 minutes or whatever. But again, she still explains it. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people, when all we have is the quick story that folks run with, that's what we run with. But I've always said about Sherri, that man and that baby. I always said it has to be a reason she is so disconnected about that child, the surrogacy, and all that. I said it never seems, like, oh, that's just, she just saying forget. I was like, it was always something, and I could not put my finger on it because truth be told, when it was all happening, Sherri Shepherd was never really discussing it at all. Like, we really only heard from old boy, the ex-husband. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really hear much from her about that. And I think it's because Sherri, in my opinion, for the most part, has always been a private person. Like, we know little stuff about her, little stuff here and there, but not as much as I think we may know now that she's been more open and honest about her private life. And I don't mean honest as if she was lying about something before. I mean honest just in, she's honestly telling folks what she got going on. Honey, look, TikTok. I used to be so against TikTok because I still don't really understand TikTok. I mean, I post a little bit, but like I have to still get used to being like a TikToker to put out content on TikTok. But when I be just scrolling, like the one scroll turns into one thing, and then you search that thing, and then you in a rabbit hole. You in a rabbit hole, and I'll be looking like I don't want to be in a rabbit hole, but sometimes it puts me in a rabbit hole. Okay, but let's get to some conversations right here. Now I have a couple saved things on my IG. We may scroll the Jasmine brand because again, because I was off work today, I kind of sort of wasn't because I didn't plan on going live today, so I didn't really have a lot of stuff pull up until maybe like an hour ago. But let's get into it. Look, y'all see French Montana? Now I feel like, in my opinion, I don't know much about that man at all. I know a couple of his songs or whatever, and then some of his ratchet ass songs that come on the minute it come on, I get a twerking. So I do love that man's ratchet music, but I don't know. I'm like, does he still make music? Is he popular? Like, do people go to his concerts? I don't know. But he was around here, okay, over there in Colombia, okay, and I feel like and I'm not trying to make it seem like the only time anybody is over there in Colombia is if they round there doing something that's not legal. I'm not saying that, but when I think of Colombia, okay, I be thinking about the shows I watch that be going to get stuff from there. Okay, so he has a jet. Now I don't know if it's his jet, if it's the airport jet. I don't know whose jet it is, okay, but French was like, my jet around here being banned from leaving the Colombia because the dogs around here so searching for some cocaine, okay, some cocaine. I said, well, what happened? Okay, look.
Crazy. Colombia, it's time to go. I ain't gonna lie, we trapped at the Clearport just because we're the Coke boys. They got the dogs out for us.
I said, well, first of all, sir, if y'all go by the Coke Boys, what did you think was gonna happen? I feel like people have to stop having these names that sound illegal. And so, I mean, the Coke Boys. I mean, you don't mean Coca-Cola. So if you're around here calling yourself the Cocaine Boys, okay, even if that's that's like the YSL is a YSL YB ground no friend the thug in them. Young Thug YSL, you know what I'm saying? Young Slam. I'm like, y'all can't be picking these names that seem like nothing about it is legal. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the Black Mafia family and then we like, why y'all think we the mafia? Because y'all call yourselves the Black Mafia family, and mafia means something. Okay, so Coke Boys means something. So if you around there rapping about, you know what I'm saying, what you're doing, don't be surprised if the Colombian dogs don't come looking around. Even on a private jet.
They're not letting the plane leave till they make sure we ain't leaving with no bricks out of Colombia.
Because why y'all here and why y'all need a private jet?
Inshallah, they don't find that. We make it home safe.
And what's crazy is you showing it because you want folks to feel like you showing it to make it feel like, hey, I'm big time. Okay, they think I'm moving bricks. Third day, if you not, get it off the camera.
But until then, we keep you posted. Colombia, it's been a great time.
All I'm saying.
Look at the dogs.
They just checking, cockpit and all. Why the phone out?
There you go.
That's a cop up and taking pictures. How you on a job with a drug sniffing dog and you taking pictures?
Colombia, I love y'all.
What? He done got new teeth too. Those are humans. Sometimes I wonder if people realize when they show their teeth that they got done, the teeth don't be looking normal. They don't. Okay. Yeah, the comments is crazy. He the jet. Is he a good rapper? Right. Their name is the cocaine. What do you expect? Okay. The dog is scared. The dog looking for any remaining musical talent, if any left. Okay. Look, because it's like get away from me. Okay, get away from me. I don't want to be here. Okay, take me home. Get me away from these rapping people who probably get, you know what I'm saying, they don't have no cocaine, but they still aggravate. Is he taking water? Not taking the fancy water from the child, not them getting the fancy water. Well, I guess it may be hot in Colombia. Okay, it may be hot. Child, that's a friendly ass dog. Are narcotic dogs supposed to like attack people? Because it's probably drug sniffing dogs, and then we also have that person had did a crime. Get them dogs. I don't think that dog is a get them dog. The dog like, why am I here? Y'all brought me here to get some fancy water and get some pictures. I just don't understand it. I don't. Honey, it's just weird. New teeth. You know, new is weird. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, look, he probably went over there and got some new teeth. Okay, he went to Colombia. Okay, got some new teeth over there. And in my thing, I know, you know, white teeth is fine. You don't want yellow stained teeth or whatever, but your teeth not supposed to look like teeth are not supposed to be so close. They're supposed to be like a little morsel of space. Because how you flossing? How you flossing? If ain't no space in your teeth, your teeth tight like annihilators, how you flossing? Anyway, I mean, we don't think he had no drugs on that thing, but he wanted y'all to know that they look. So what? Okay, so what? And white people, you know, did something news. Now we had a discussion. I think we did. I believe we may have. I don't remember. But we discussed the whole, you know, Bravo thing, and the Ramona lady was saying the racist things and was out here using the N word. Okay, supposedly the N with an E and an R. Now, while Ramona Singer, who was, you know, on the Real Housewives of New York, she was also on the Real Housewives, the Ultimate Girl Trip or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She was fired. Fired. Tell her, Dwayne. Tell her she's fired. They fired Ramona. Okay, now first of all, she was already booted from BravoCon. Now BravoCon is going down in Vegas this weekend. So all of the, you know, Bravo stars are heading to Vegas to have a good time and, you know, be with the peoples or whatever. Ramona was supposed to be there, but they said, oh, no. Because she was named in that Vanity Fair thing. Folks saying she was using, you know, slurs around here. And then she was stupid enough to reply to Page 6, still like in her own way saying the word or whatever. I'm like, ma'am, don't do it. Don't, if you, I did not say nothing. I didn't say nothing. And that's it. Yeah. Not this talk about dumb. Okay, not only did she say black kids don't have children, the children don't have daddies. She in home. She also said we also don't have jobs. I was like, bitch, what? Now, in my opinion, in every which way of the world of all races or whatever, there are people of all races who don't have one or the other parent in the home, who don't be working. It's not just black people. So the fact that she feels comfortable enough to say things like, well, black kids don't have their fathers in the house. I was like, what? That's not always true. And I also want to say this. There's a difference between not having no father figure in the life, or the parents just happen to be not together, but that child still has a fully active mom and a fully active dad. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, girl. So Bravo Khan said, nope, not today. Not today, partner. So she was canceled, booted from BravoCon. And some of these stars, like, they depend on that. They make money there because they have those meet and greets. They be selling merchandise. So, honey, so after she was booted from BravoCon, honey, allegedly, she was fired from her job. Okay, Ramona was fired from her real estate job at Douglas Elman amid news that she used the N-word and said most black people don't have jobs. I was like, but you work with black people. Like, you see black folk around here on girl. It's like, this is the equivalent of, like I said before, you have some Caucasian people who don't know any black people, like in real life. You may see us, and you see us only maybe in service to you, and you feel like you get your news from people who are, smart, other white people, but you get your news from other white people who don't know black people. Now, this is something I can say. I feel like it's a difference in saying, I don't think black people have fathers in their house. And we be like, what? Well, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. That's dumb and it's offensive. Now, if a white person say to me, I've heard that black people like chicken, I would say, that's not racist. It's just true. Black folk, we like chicken. And again, it's a difference between asking, hey, I heard this. Is it true? Do black people really like chicken? Yes, we do. I love it. I like fried chicken. I like baked chicken. Okay. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do like chicken. A lot of black, so it's a difference in asking a question versus saying black people don't have jobs and black kids don't have fathers in the home because I said so. It's a fact. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You can't say something is a fact when you don't know the people. Or you're basing it off of, is Leave It to Beaver? Was black people on Leave It to Beaver? Was black people on the Jetsons? Was it black people in space? I can't. Was it black girl? I don't. Was it black people on the Flintstones? But either way it goes, she's fired. Lost her job, lost her income. Okay? Because again, this is the thing. And this reminds me of the Erica Mena thing. People know you say stupid shit. And they like, that was stupid. That's dumb. Why would you say that? And they don't fire you when you say it. Because, in-house moment. Then when people hear what you said, then people like, she said what? They take action because, okay, it's not an internal issue anymore. It's not, yes, you can't say that you're dumb, okay? Once it becomes a public, external situation and not something internal that you can say, bad Ramona, bad Ramona, and they say don't say that in public. You get the repercussions of what you said. It sometimes takes some time. Now, I'm going to say this. I feel like Bravo shows, okay, Bravo shows that are mostly Caucasian is like that for a reason. Because the New York girls were white people who like being around white people. And you can't tell me that don't mean they're racist. It just means they not used to hanging around black people. And when they brought Ebony K onto the New York franchise, then white women was not used to having to deal with any conversation with a black person unless it was a black person, in my opinion, who worked in servitude in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's a black banker, okay, or a black fashion consultant at sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have black neighbors and not saying they don't have black neighbors, but they don't have black neighbors who they invite over their house. There's some blacks who live like two doors down. Yeah, I don't know them, but they're down there. Watch your house. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of stuff. So I feel like other Caucasian casts of these shows that's on Bravo and probably on other networks as well, but Bravo mainly, what's because on Bravo, will have to deal with how they talk about black people. And I feel like that's the reason why I never was able to get into the New York. I think I maybe have watched one episode for like maybe 10 minutes. And I was like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel the best. This is a no for me. Even though I've watched the OC season, I used to watch OC. Because I felt that Vicky Gunvalson has black friends. Maybe not many, but she has some. Okay, and I was able to watch OC. I was able to watch Beverly Hills. You know what I'm saying? I could never get into the New York franchise, and I feel like that the moment they put a black person on that show, the shit imploded. Because those particular ladies weren't used to black people. So I mean, she should have got fired. Tell Dwayne, tell her she's fired. And I look, more heads are gonna roll. I think more people are gonna get caught out. I think more people are going to lose their jobs. Because as the people who have been offended by other people on the show, they're gonna say, hey, so and so and so and so offended me too. So and so and so and so did that now. You know what I'm saying? So and so and so and so, blah, 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 blah. And it's going to slowly come out. And I know some folks, but Nene told y'all they was this, that, and I'm like, Nene's experiences where Bravo is completely different than what Ebony K. Williams went through, because Ebony K. was the only black person on that franchise for the first time in 12, 13 years. Nene was one of many black women on a black show with black producers and black girl. Different. Okay. And it's just like we're gonna gotta call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. And Ramona may call us spades. I don't know. Now also with the white people news, okay? Shannon, who was on Orange County, who was the one who ran her car into somebody's house. She then parked her car and got out and started to walk her dog as if she did not just hit a house while being drunk. She's been sentenced to 3 years probation. That's quick. That was you. These stars. I didn't do it. I'm gonna wait. I want to fight. She said, "Nope, nope. Yes, I did it. I plead guilty. Give me some time, Jesus." And they said, "Hey, 3 years probation." Okay, so she found out today she gets 3 years probation, some fines, some fees. Okay, 40 hours of community service and a 9-month alcohol program. Okay, she needs that. She does. I feel like When you are driving drunk and you hit a house, you can't just like pull over and park and act like you walking your dog. I mean, you white, you can, but you got caught. Okay, so I do think, yeah, Shannon, give her them 9 months of alcohol programming, get her together so she don't be drinking and driving no more. 3 years of probation, that's good too. Now if she gets drunk, it's something different. The little 40 hours of service or whatever, I think should be done in a drunken uh what can she go? She can't go to AA for that. Somewhere to help other people who drink it, okay? But I'm like, these white women, child, this around here drinking and driving and getting arrested, around here just being raped and showed and getting fired. I feel like y'all should come down and stop sometimes, okay? Think about the children. What about the children? That's what they usually do. My children, my kids. I know my kids are adults, but I want y'all to think about my children. Please, Jesus, think about my girl. Shut up, okay? Go to your time, sit down somewhere, and then don't drink no more. Sometimes it can be really easy. If you be like, I don't want to go to, I don't want to go to jail. I don't. I like being free. I like being free. It is what it is. Well, one, congratulations. Let's do this. Congratulations are in order. The Texas Rangers won the first World Series title for them. Okay. Now I did not even know it was a baseball tournament going on. I didn't know nothing. Okay, not at all, because all the sports him watch, this nigga ain't mentioned. Well, he's watching football and basketball now. But I'm saying, okay, but the Texas Rangers are the 2023 World Series champions, the first title in the franchise history. I'm like, in the history? But congratulations to Texas. Yes, honey, a baseball tournament. I don't, baseball ain't a big deal. Like, we know when opening day happens here, for the Tigers, that's a thing. But I'm like, girl, ain't nobody care about no basketball. No baseball. But because I'm like, because if a team who I knew won, you know what I'm saying, I would want folk that, okay, you know what I'm saying. So congratulations, confetti, to the first time champs round here, okay. But Texas, girl, sometimes Texas is a difficult state. They be on some beat, some bull, some BS, and I be like, Jesus is fix it, please, please fix it today. Speaking of fixing it, people are stupid, and just do dumb stuff. Now, first of all, a 47-year-old woman around here arrested because she poisoned her boyfriend after he inherited $30 million. Now, first of all, I'm 41. Do I look old? I'm just saying, like, do I look old? Because that's like, am I going to, that's just 6 years away. Jesus. 47 years old. Okay. Let's read the story per neighborhood talk. It says a woman down in North Dakota is facing, you know what I'm saying, took him to Jesus charges. Okay. She sent that man to Jesus. Okay. Because she allegedly poisoned him after he inherited $30 million. And he was allegedly planning to leave her. Okay. And police arrested Ina Thea Kinower, who's 47, in connection to the death of Stephen Edward Riley Jr., who's 51. Okay. And they say because she had financial motives. The prosecutors say that that she allegedly poisoned him. Child, not with antifreeze. Because she thought she would get his inheritance. I was like, just go get a job. Just go get a job. Go get a job at the local Walmart, the local Piggly Wiggly. Okay, do what, just get a job, get your own money. Okay. Now I said that man was gonna plan to meet with a lawyer to finalize the transaction to get his inheritance. Okay. And they thought, oh, he gonna get this money. I need this money. I want the money from him. Okay. And it said, the friends was like, he is getting sick. Like he drunk. But he ain't drinking alcohol. He had stomach pain. He wasn't walking right. They took him to the hospital to help him. Okay. They said, oh, was it a heat stroke? Did he need to go to sleep? They sent him home because there wasn't nothing wrong. Child, next day, that man was, dead. Unconscious. If you want the money that bad, go get a job. Okay? They said the police questioned her about the man caused the death, and she denied it at first. But then said, I did it. I put antifreeze in sweet tea. I put some antifreeze in sweet tea. You know what I'm saying? He was going to leave me. I can't have him leave me. And I said, who, like, Google should have an alert. If somebody Googles, will antifreeze poison somebody if I put it in a sweet tea? Like once people start doing, it's one thing to say, if I swallow antifreeze, should I go to the hospital? Because you gonna Google a question based on your intent. Google should have an app. Anytime somebody is Googling, hey, what's the easiest way to pour? Like that stuff should be like, okay, alert, go to Ina's house. She's gonna kill her boyfriend. Like it should be something. Because now she put it in that man's sweet tea, and now that man gone. Now, first of all, is she lying about her age? Because it said a friend told the coroner that the lady had made comments about maybe poisoning that man, okay? And the autopsy showed, oh, he did have some antifreeze in him, and humans should not have antifreeze in them, okay? I was like, what is wrong with people? And now she's going to be in prison for life with no money. I don't want money so bad from anybody that I want to poison them and then I risk going to jail. I just don't want to do that. It's not what I want to do. Not at all. Now, I want to have a quick conversation, because YouTube is real funny. So I need y'all to read what that say real fast, and I'm gonna take it off the screen. I've seen this story about this young man who's going to possibly he's facing up to 30 years in the slammer. Okay. So when I heard the story, I said, people who don't know nothing about autism and autistic children should go sit down and not even join in on the conversation. While that young man, I believe, is 17 years old. And I know they said he's had other episodes. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I don't discuss my job often at all. But what I've always mentioned is for the past 8 years. It's my 8 years is since 2015. Since 2015 is my 8th year. I have been working, and we work with autistic children. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like some people do not understand what that means, what the spectrum is, how each kid is different. One child diagnosis is not the same as another child. Even 50 kids can be diagnosed with autism, and they will have 50 different levels of care needed. It will be 50 different treatment plans. Like, it's different. It's not one thing. What I will say is that in some kids, whether you're 2 or 17, there is aggression. And what aggravates me is, a staff member took his Nintendo Switch, and then he then attacked her, and she was hurt. And I don't want to get into all the details of it all, but I feel like folks are saying, "Oh, well, should his autism be considered?" Yes, 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 absolutely. Because even though he is 17, even though he's 6'6" and how much he weighs, that's we can't judge how a person's body is. Because you can have somebody who is 5'5" and weigh 120, but can still be extremely aggressive and can hurt you. And because I've seen autistic people who have aggression be aggressive, not because they are aggressive people, but because that is just their emotion. You know what I'm saying? And because each person who has autism is different, sometimes their aggressions because they don't have any control over their emotions. Um, a lot of parents, in my opinion, in the past, did not want to get their children tested to see it was wrong, because it's easier to deny than to accept something is wrong with a child. I also feel like jail is not the answer. The person needs therapy. They need help, because they want to base this off of his actions and not based off of his medical situation. Like, I've seen kids who are 6 be as strong as that boy is. Just because sometimes they're just extra strong. I don't know why. It's also why at work I keep my distance because each child is different and you never know what one person's trigger is. And that does not mean that what happened wasn't horrible, but I've seen staff who work with children who are autistic, and that that happens. That's why, you know, parents sometimes have to find schools or programs for their children, because you can have a regular teacher's aide handling a 17-year-old, 6'5", 210-pound autistic person if they don't know how to work with them, if they don't know how, when they're triggered, what you're supposed to do to either defend yourself, protect yourself, or even protect the child from being hurt or self-harming. You know what I'm saying? And things trigger them, and then they act out. That's why most people who have autism who are in ABA, the staff know how to handle those situations. You know what I'm saying? There are ways to stop a child, hold them down until they calm down. And when I saw the video, I was like, okay, that was I took your stuff and I walked away. And you should not do that with children or people who have autism, who has known aggressions. And the part that is weird to me is I was like, because when they say he's autistic, he's had these things happen in the past. I was like, what happened to set him off? And that doesn't mean what he did is okay, but I'm still like, what happened to set him off? Because I've seen, and we have people in our program who are just as big as that boy, who is his size, and they ain't 17. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it for the past 8. I've seen staff get pitted in a corner because the kid is just, they're pissed and they're reacting. And also, it was the fact they said the teacher took the game thing. And I'm like, some kids, that's how they communicate. And also, there are usually ways that you're supposed to take things away to prevent triggers. And in my opinion, because this is a young Black man, that's why they're saying, oh, should we consider the autism? Yes, because if it was white, you would. This isn't somebody who has been consistently getting into trouble and we did not already know of their diagnosis. It's a good thing that when people are diagnosed, because then you know their temperament, or you know there is something that is different about how they react, how they communicate, and all of that. Now, some people who are autistic don't have those same triggers. They don't have that same aggression, but a lot of them do. And that's only if that boy been getting treatment, for a while. It can, I just can't speak, you know what I'm saying, my job, but I'm saying, anybody wondering, should his autism be, a reason or a part of the conversation? Yes, he should not even be tried as an adult. He may be 17. He may be a healthy, young man, but mentally, that ain't what it is. It's not. And it aggravates me that people who don't understand autism, who don't understand the treatment for it, be that ABA, be that PT, be that speech, or whatever it may be, whatever you're getting for that child, all of that should be put into the pot of how to handle this crime. But I saw a lot of people speaking who don't know shit about autism. And I'm like, nobody talking. Nobody talking. At least Google the shit. At least Google it to see, the different forms of it in different ways. But again, if he was, because allegedly he was in a special, but again, even if you're in a special needs class or program, that doesn't mean even they know how to handle kids with autism, because a kid who has ADHD can also be in a special needs class. And a kid who has autism and is aggressive and has triggers and sometimes need to be controlled, because sometimes that's what is having a repetitive program. And you teach them how to not react. You teach them how to not get upset. But when they do, because it'll happen, it will happen. People, they're supposed to be people in place who know exactly how to handle it. It does not mean tackling the kid to the ground. No, it doesn't mean that you don't fight back. It's not a fight. You know what I'm saying? But you're supposed to be trained in how to handle that. Like at my place of employment, when kids are having whatever they're having, staff and the correct staff go help. I wouldn't help because I don't know how to hold that child down properly to get them to be calm. Period. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, this is a lot. So the autism diagnosis for sure needs to be included in the reasoning, and the fact that he's, had any aggressive um, issues in the past, that's not surprising at all. At all. So I just feel like, it can get messy because we don't want anybody trying to purposefully make this person out to be, some aggressive danger to society who needs to be put in prison. When in hindsight, the person needs to be helped medically, um, and guided so that way they can have better reactions to things. But also, if it comes that we find out he was triggered, because they get triggered, that's also something like you can't poke a bear. You can't poke a bear. You cannot poke a bear. You know what I'm saying? You can't working with all the children. It takes a lot of control, restraints, um, communication. You have to be empathetic. You have to also pay attention to what's going on so that no one around you or you get hurt. But we shall see how it turns out because Jesus is gonna fix it. Honey, this what's this man's name? Caesar Pena. So y'all know Caesar Pena is the dude who was Ryan scheming scam allegedly and got arrested. His brother, because Joe Budden was on his podcast and this, that, and the other, about Caesar Pena. When I seen there's a meme of when Charlemagne and who was it? Another comedian who played Ashley Larry on the Dave Chappelle show, and they were laughing very, 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 very hard. And I did not know them laughing came. Oh, Darnell Rollins. It's Darnell Rollins. Darnell Rollins was teasing Envy, saying Pena was a fat ass big pun. I'm like, not a fat ass big pun. He like, you a big pun out there on the hot. I'm like, not a big pun. But Caesar Pena's brother, for some reason, want to press Joe.
What? You see the word? What up, man? Peaks up. What's up? What's up? Joe Buttons? What's up, Buttons? What's up? Peaks up.
Now, what kind of person? Your brother is around here, arrested for scheming and scamming, and you taking time finding Joe Budden outside smoking a cigarette and trying to press him for what? Press your brother. Now, Joe,
That's Joe Buttons.
minding his business,
You see the
having a little smoke of a cigarette outside in the cold.
word?
Get your phone out my face, because don't walk up on me recording shit. I may want to beat you up, okay?
What up, man? Peaks up. What's up?
And when he said, you gonna make me do something stupid. And he went in the house. And he went in the, in the building. I'm like, that's smart. Because sometimes people are trying to poke a bear. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up on you. Hey Joe, what? Because that's Pena's brother. And when Joe said, get the phone on my face, which just means that even if the phone ain't in your face, it's like, don't walk up on me with your phone up at me. Don't do that, okay? And you're gonna make me do something dumb. Let's go. Going in. We're going in. I ain't got time. Yeah, I ain't got time. And it's smart. And to me, it also shows not only is Pena stupid, his brother is too. Because you have more fish to fry in the kitchen than Joe Budden. Okay, no pun intended. Because he's a plus size guy. My point is, why is you pressing Joe for what? Even how Mike, is you a stalker? Is you not to their neck, not to their ankles? I'ma walk away. I refuse to let you get at me. Because at the end of the day, and that's because other people may have I'm a fight. You want to argue? Let's argue. And I feel like Joe, like, why would I fuck with you? I'm not gonna do this shit. I'm a back because again, Joe has the podcast. You know, he has sponsors, and if he do something dumb, he can get canceled for this or the other. So Joe, like, you gonna make me do something dumb? I'm going in the house. I'm going away. Leave me alone. Go holler at your brother. Now the gotcha that some folks felt like, oh, who was the woman? Because that's not Joe's girlfriend. Okay. Oh, we caught Joe with a woman. Who's the woman? That ain't the girlfriend. And the girlfriend said, first of all, I need y'all to leave me alone. Okay. The girlfriend was like, sirs and madams, because that's Joe's girlfriend. Now the fact that Joe has a girlfriend, because y'all know Joe has a history. Okay. We're not gonna forget that Joe has a history. Joe Budden is entertaining, yes. He's funny at times, yes. He, can have us laughing about this or that, yes. But I feel like we not gonna forget that Joe has a history around here. Okay. However, he has a girlfriend, and she like, hold up now.
Oh, I just came on here quickly to address all the things that you guys have been tagging me in and commenting on my page, sending me DMs about. That is our friend. Y'all got to stop dogging her in them comments. Literally, she's been on the pod several times. Like, we all go out together, we chill. Like, that's not that. I do appreciate that y'all looking out, okay? But y'all know me. If it was something, I wouldn't still be in Houston. I'd have been in Jersey already, and y'all would have heard about it.
Not coming to Jersey to fight some damn body. But at least she said, look, that's a friend of ours. I know her. Leave me be. But leave people alone. Leave people alone. Don't go up in nobody's face trying to record them. Don't be trying to make an issue where there is no issue. When your brother's arrested for federal crimes, go at your brother. Okay, go at your brother, not at us, or go at your brother. You hear me? I want y'all to take a little second, y'all, and like the video, please and thank you. had to take a quick phone call, okay? But I hope y'all enjoyed the long waiting room music to have a good time, okay? Anyway, y'all, look, phone calls. Let's get into what's next, okay? Who I have up in next? Let's do Kim and them, okay? So I feel like we don't be paying attention to who the kids like. Okay, now look, I am not watching the Kardashians. Okay, all I see is the clips. Okay, the clips on IG, clips on TikTok. Okay, and Kim was talking to Courtney about the kids, how they feel at their father's house. Because again, you know, Kim and Kanye are divorced, and then Courtney and Scott, of course, are not together. And Kim said, well, North really prefers Kanye's house. Kanye lives in an apartment. Kanye is really like on this easy breezy, no frills. I live in an apartment. We don't have, security. We don't have nannies. We don't have cooks. It's just me and my kids at the house living life. And Kim said the kids prefer being there for that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, probably because it's easier. It's easier. And when Kim like, oh my God, it's just so much. They don't get how hard it is and blah, blah, bloop. And I get it. Kim is the full-time parent. You know what I'm saying? She has all 4 kids. You know, let's say 70% of the time. Okay. However, I also feel like Kim has so much help, and Kim is so much a control freak that it probably seems like prison. So for them, Daddy's house is fun. We cook our own food. When Kim said, "Oh yeah, it's probably great to cook ramen," to boil some water with the noodles. And when Courtney said, "Yeah, the kids also feel like Scott's house is more fun," and I'm like, I don't know. And because Kim complained about always them having to cook or whatever, and Courtney said, "Well, I just the kids each kid gets to pick whatever day what they want for breakfast, so that way I'm not making 8 different things for 4 different kids or whatever." But I mean, just seeing white women who are millionaires complain about their children who also don't understand how easy their life is compared to other people, it's mind-blowing to me. So I feel like if Kanye has this way of life in his apartment that is just less structured, less, staff with the kids, if it's more just Kanye. Because if Kim has 8, 9 nannies and a nanny and security, and then cooks and chefs and housekeepers or whatever, it could be a lot for kids who feel like nothing is hands-on. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm not. Most kids do prefer to go to the easier parent who has less rules and it seems more fun, because Kim has to be the secure parent. I need security around me because I'm Kim Kardashian or whatever. We're going somewhere. I'm in heels and pants. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's everything is a production when Kim and the family's out doing something. We don't even really see Kanye with the kids that much. It does not mean he doesn't have them. I just feel like when he do, maybe they're not going out, hang around with paparazzi. It may just be, a little bit low key. But the kids, they don't get it. I'm like, well, Kim, you know what you do? Take all the money away. Take all whatever Kanye has, put that at your house too, and let them see how if they like it all the time. The kids have everything. Everything. So I felt like, girl, just put them on punishment. Maybe then they'll like it, but they may not. I don't know. Queen Latifah, who I feel like, is a part of the LGBTQIA community. She don't speak out much, okay? But we've all seen the debacle that is academics going at women and going at young Miami and them and young Miami and Carisha. Girl, that's the same person? It is. Girl, I said young Miami and Carisha. Carisha and JT. The fact that, DJ academics keep on saying, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say without being offensive, okay? And Queen Latifah, who I believe, I feel like we can say this, and it's not like, what do you know? Queen Latifah is gay. I think she's married to a woman, has a whole family. You know what I'm saying? So, she she reposted on her IG saying, it's crazy to me how DJ Academics is crying, scared to say anything to Saucy Santana because he's a gay man and he's scared of getting canceled, but has said some of the most outlandish, vile, disrespectful, and demeaning things to Black women with absolutely no fear whatsoever. Brings me back to Malcolm X's quote, the most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected person in America is the Black woman. I say we sure is. We sure is. Because people complain about the dude because of how much he just speaks and the thing about it is I can't even play some of what he says because I don't want to get flagged. You know what I'm saying? And her even reposting this, which is as proof of someone saying, I'll say whatever about Black women and I ain't nothing gonna happen. But you own the thing crying because you don't want to say the wrong thing about somebody who's, a gay male. But you'll go to the depths of hell and beyond when it comes to Black women. And I told y'all when I heard him speaking negatively about Sexy Red, Glorilla, again, Carisha, and also JT, you know what I'm saying? Going deep down into the jungle of bullshit, okay? But you round here
trying to get canceled to fuck up what we got going on. I'm never trying to get canceled, say the wrong thing. I know what we got going on. I love it. I'm trying not to get canceled. But this shit does bother me.
So you scared to clap back at a gay man, but you'll say whatever to the woman. It's scared. I'm scared. And that aggravates me. But I feel like, we have seen, and I can only speak to Black men because that's why I don't really watch many white people review things. I watch one white man named Jeremy who reviews movies. That's probably that may be one of the only white people who I watch on a regular basis. Because Jeremy's cool. But I feel like in life, there are so many Black men, gay, straight, or whatever, who, review things and they comment like we do, commentary. And when giving their opinion on people, because like, I don't like Erica Mena. I don't like Evelyn. But even when I read them and I go off on them, I'm still doing it in a respectful way. I never go too deep. And we've seen men who don't like whoever the woman is, and they feel like, well, I can say whatever because I don't like them. So I can call them out their names. I can call them dogs or whatever, or whore or whatever, whores, dogs, bitches, whatever name, they want to call them. See you next Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? a lot of people do it. And again, there's a limit or line. I feel like if you can't express your disdain and dislike for people and you leave it to either what they did, like this is some trash ass music, this is bad music. But when you go into the realms of call them out their names, saying, well, they ain't nothing, and you hate, all that is extra, extra, extra. The only time I do that again is for Evelyn and Erica Mena are probably the only two people I can recall myself ever like feeling like I don't care about them enough to where I just be like, girl, whatever. But I still don't like. I don't really call them much out. Maybe a heifer, hell though. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like a lot of black men who review shows and review content and review whatever and this and that go deep down low. I don't care because fuck that girl. Like that's what academics say. I don't care. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And you either gonna say what you say, be disrespectful in it, and then when you catch the heat from a man coming back at you, keep that same energy. The same way you feel comfortable disrespecting and speaking negatively on that black woman, do that about that black man, even if he gay. But the gotcha is just because somebody gay, you don't have to say something that will get you canceled. You can't cuss somebody out without using, some girl. So, Queen is saying how, even Queen just posting how, again, he's saying these things about women because he knows nothing will happen. He knows, people will just allow it to be that way. Because we are the most disrespected people in America. And then we are expected to just take it and just not care. And I'll be like, not on my watch. Not today. Anyway, let's move on. Tyrese. Wait, let me see who we got. Let me see. We got the two white women. We got Joe. We got French. We got Kim. We got Queen. Let's hit Tyrese. Tyrese, yeah. Girl, I don't know why the damn what do you like me? The Brad and Tyrese song is stuck in my head. Tyrese around here, honey, he's still fussing and cussing, y'all. Now, Tyrese went on live. Now he's taking some of it down, but y'all know they caught some of what he said. Now Tyrese is divorced. Tyrese is divorced. Been divorced. There was fussing about that baby. His ex-wife Samantha was on a live saying this and was saying that. Now I clipped two pieces together, but the fact that Tyrese is still fussing about the ex-wife and telling us how he is up appealing the divorce decision because of money. Listen to this shit. That's how much. How much is this? It's a few minutes. How much? Let me see. I think like 4. 3 minutes. Let's get to 3 minutes of Tyrese. Listen up, and we'll discuss. Grab wrong button.
That I've never said publicly. That interview that she just did that went viral, where she was talking about, people got in my ear and I really regret ever leaving my husband and my family. I found out that her lawyer asked her to do that interview.
The lawyer?
Because she's appealing. No, I am appealing the entire divorce trial. The outcome of the entire divorce is all being appealed right now. So her lawyers asked her to do that interview so that she can manipulate and once again play on people's emotions and appear to be remorseful or regretful about the idea that she made the decision to leave me, because everything about the picture that has been painted is the truth.
I feel like we know she left you. and you wasn't happy about that. But if you're appealing the divorce decision mainly because of the money you're paying, what is her saying she wish she did not? It's not like y'all can't get undivorced. Like y'all can't get undivorced. So what does her doing interviews have to do with nothing? Sir, what do you mean?
You're heartless. You're vindictive. You're malicious. You're trying to get $20,000 a month for a now 5-year-old, and at the time the baby was only 1.
About what do you think her intentions is now by doing this? But before that final question, can you hear me?
Famous. She's clout chasing. She's out here manipulating actual abused women that are single mothers, that are divorcee, she is out here using her sex appeal.
Her sex appeal? I don't find a lady sexy. I'm not gay. Ain't nobody trying to look at her like we want her. You find her sexy. You see that. I don't think, sir, you making up shit.
Using her gift to the gab, playing on people, get put out of my...
Now, that was one clip of him talking. This is a second clip of him talking.
Place. I can't afford to live there anymore. So then 3 days later, after wrestling with, man, what was that call about? She texts me and she says, can you watch Soraya for the next 2 weeks? Because I'm about to get put out of my place. I can't afford to live there anymore. I got to downsize and move into something else.
Okay, so the mother of your child said, hey, I need to downsize. I can't afford this place. I need you to keep our child for a couple weeks. What's the harm in that?
And my fucking heart dropped because I said, wow, you called me after almost a year to finally have this conversation about reconciliation, which was disingenuous. It wasn't real. It was not a God moment. It wasn't you realizing that leaving your husband and your family, as harsh and as heartless and as traumatic and as vile and calculated as that was, you did not feel a way about leaving your husband and your
so what?
Family. You were entertaining reconciliation because you couldn't afford to stay in your townhouse anymore. She had 2 friends to call me, and she's like,
first of all, why the dude on the bottom driving on live? Sir, who are you? Pull over.
Like, oh man, Sam's about to call you. She wants to reconcile. She said that God has really showed her that she wants to for a marriage and family. So I get on the phone.
Well, sometimes God will show you your marriage is better because God will make you broke. And if you was more stable with your husband, that may be a way to get back with your husband.
With these 2 friends, happens to be Aventer. And I get on the phone and I'm talking and I'm listening. And I'm like, okay. So then tell Sam to call me. So she called and we talked. We were on the phone for about 3 hours. And the first thing I had to say to her was, you'll notice how fast I called you back, which means I don't need 10, 12 chasing me, trying to talk me into anything. And I don't want to play this game. I've been chasing you for almost a year. Now that you're ready to finally get back into marriage, I want you to chase me. I want to play a game. I'm not playing no game. I'm going to get on the phone and we're going to talk about it.
Y'all, this is the crazy part. The crazy part is you've been fussing and fighting with her because of how much she wanted child support. And if this is how you act when y'all are divorced, I can't imagine the back and forth it is with you as a husband. You spent more money fighting against paying $20,000 than you would have spent had you just paid her $20,000. That also would have meant she would have had to move out of her townhouse. Like, at some point, Tyrese has to understand, Tyrese, bruh, you a problem. Not them, is you. Is you, not them. And he continues to want to fight and fight and fight and then blame the women as if it's their fault. It's not me, it's him.
So After we talked for like 3 hours, I told her the first thing, you may call Zelly or think of Zelly as some influencer, fat booty, vixen. You may put her in the category of whatever you as a woman put her in the category of, but this is my girl. I'm in a full-on relationship. You left me. I have not talked to you. I have not been able to get you to call me back. You have literally left me, this marriage, and this family for dead. And everything that you've accused me of in this paperwork and everything that has been revealed to me about your intentions, I can't unsee that. I can't.
Then get off my phone.
I can't unfeel that. I can't undo that.
The weird part is Tyrese likes to complain and complain and complain and complain for no real reason. And if you with the Zelly girl, why are you even entertaining your ex-wife? If she is this horrible person, she left you dead. And I feel like she did not leave you for dead. She left you in the house. She left you in the house. She ain't leave you for dead. Like, it's this extra emphasis on how horrible she is. But I feel like in his action and reaction to even her doing interviews, it's like it's a tit for tat thing. The fact that he can't even understand or accept, maybe she do regret leaving her marriage, even if she had all intent to never be with you ever again in life. Maybe she did have some, maybe I should not have left because my life is different. Maybe. And that's okay. But sir, can't nobody on God's green earth tell me Tyrese ass ain't tiring on all levels. Because it's like, why are we in the group chat? Why can't you be like, you know what? She want to get back with me. I don't want her and leave that be. Be happy with the Zell girl. But you consistently replying back to Samantha, give Samantha more power, because if you don't want her, then just don't want her. You hear me? If you don't want her, then just don't want her. Y'all, I want to tap into, because I'm going to end it with Sherri. And usually I end with Bishop Robbery, but his thing is shorter than Sherri's. And it's just a little tidbit. So y'all know, where's something at? Bishop Robbery. I feel like it's always him versus himself. Okay. Now, Mark Lamont Hill, who does also agree. First of all, I was happy that Mark Lamont, shouted me out on his stuff. It was really amazing. But a few weeks ago, Bishop was on the griot with Mark Lamont Hill. Now, the gotcha for me is every time we see Bishop face to face with certain people, he calmed down. He don't be all boisterous and voice. Now, I want to show y'all because if y'all remember on the live that when he called Mark Lamont up on IG Live and Mark Lamont came on, he was all nice to it was gonna be respect. It's gonna be respect. And Mark mentioned, I remember at one point you called me and D.O. Hughley some sisters, some women. Some women. And I'm like, the fact that Bishop Robbery is always just acting like, I didn't say that. What did I say? I don't like the I don't think I said you. I don't think with that. I just want to show y'all how he switched up. Because this was him talking about D.L. Hughley and about Mark Lamont Hill several months ago.
And that's just what it is.
He riding around in the car talking cash shit around here.
That's just what it is, man. The enemy tricking these people out here to put their name on the bishop, man. And that's it. That's it. It's over. That's what you want to do. But anyway, I'm gonna be on Power 105 today too.
Again, y'all, this was from a couple months ago.
But I'm gonna be on the radio today. I'll be on the radio today. So yeah, I'm gonna be on the radio today. So I said to myself, hopefully it's gonna be a good interview. I gave this other creeper an opportunity yesterday to interview me, and
not a creep. Who's the creep? Who's the creep?
It was a complete ambush. So it's just like, man, I try to give our black brothers the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to have, you know, my platform.
Not you try to let other folks have your platform, but you went on the grill, which is his platform.
You know, and to get some you know, exclusive information, and it's just like, you know, that these people's crazy, man. I think the boy name is Mark Lamont Hill.
One, call him a boy. So again, this proof of the disrespect that the bishop be doing when ain't nobody around there.
You know, I did an interview with him and he aired it yesterday. It was just a straight ambush. It was a straight ambush. I think him and DL Hughley are sisters.
Oh, they sisters. Again, people like to say that they're ambush because you ask them a question and you have a follow-up question.
Because, man, I mean brothers. Did I say sisters? It's my fault. Yeah, these guys, man. These guys are something else, man. And you know, and they want to sit here and promote when one of us died. They want to sit here and talk about Black Lives Matter. Nah, Black lives don't matter to you.
Because if y'all know, Mark Lamont here, who is an actual journalist, he does stories over there like that. He does stuff on way more than just entertainment shit. You know what I'm saying? He speaks on political issues, life issues, black issues, and all that stuff. So him trying to make it seem as if, he may talk about, but he ain't what it is. Sir.
It only matters when it's on TV and if it's publicized. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's like Jay-Z said it best. They build you up to tear you down. Woo, woo. Boy, I tell you. Oh, they said D.R. Hughley reposted it. I bet he did. That's what sisters do. I mean, brothers.
Keep calling them sisters. I mean brothers.
Yes, that's what they do. That's what they do. But I didn't know I was being ambushed, man. You know what I mean? But it's cool. It's cool. You know how it goes, man. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. We're sisters. We're happy, and we know it. And I think that should be their theme song. DL and Mark Lamont Hill, right? We're sisters. We're happy, and we know it. Let me stop, y'all. These dudes is crazy. I don't know how you try to, you know, ambush a brother. It's crazy. But anyway, that's just the way the world is.
So again, that was the smoke he had several months. Now that was after the first time he was on the grill with Mark Lamont, and I think I reviewed that as well. But when we saw him with Mark Lamont on IG, he did not have that same energy. Also, he was on the grill again a couple weeks ago, and even then he didn't have that same energy with Mark.
Previous stuff last episode, we talked about Belmonte today. You know, we've talked about the robbery today. There's a lot of circumstances where you are either being mistreated or falsely represented. You know, a lot of times the elders would say, well, at some point we're the common denominator. Is there?
Meaning, what did you do to have folks feeling like you be on some BS? Now, he had a full interview. There's only a clip of it. The full thing is on the grill. But, you know, because Bishop always saying, you know, they coming after me. You know, they're coming after me. But it's like, but what have you done to make people come after you and think about you in this way?
Anything you're doing, is there anything about your ministry, your message, your actions? Is there anything that when you look at yourself, you say, you know what, if I moved a little differently or did this a little differently, I wouldn't catch so much of this. Is there anything that makes you question that?
The first question I would have is that suits. Sir, we can't even read the Dior. Okay, it's too much Dior. Okay, now is it Griot? He's wearing a Griot suit. He's on the griot. So he wore a Griot suit, not Dior. But I'm like, you round here in this flashy suit that we don't know where the print came from. And all that he a girl energy, all that he, you know, he's sister's energy, all that he a creep energy. We have none of that here. None of it.
There's so many false narratives about me that I robbed a parishioner when she was never my parishioner.
He never said he didn't rob her, that she wasn't my parishioner. That's on him.
That I scammed a businessman. He was never a businessman, and I don't know him. There's so many different narratives about Bishop Whitehead that's untrue. And if people really get to understand who I am, I haven't been able to do business in over a year and a half because of all of the crazy media that's against me.
Now, the robbery did not happen a year and a half ago. So if you have not been able to do any business in over a year and a half, that means before you were in the news, before your truck was robbed, you was already not working. So where does the money come from? Like, how do you put gas in your car? How you pay for Grubhub? I just want to know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because we do know bad scandals can ruin things. Bad scandals can, playing devil's advocate, a bad scandal can prevent you from being able to do work and this and that. We can say that, okay? But if you were having issues working before your church got robbed, before the Baby Shower Cathedral was ambushed and the robbers came in and robbed you and your wife, before that happened, you were already having issues. So who's to blame?
The negativity, it has destroyed my ministry. It has destroyed my companies. It has destroyed pretty much my career, but I still.
But that's on you, sir, because we kept telling your ass, hush, be quiet, just stop. Okay, but you kept going. But again, my point in showing this is all that heat he had calling Mark Lamont Hill a girl, a D.L. Hughley's sister. They should be, we're sisters, we're happy and we're singing and we're color. Give me a high five. He tried to remix the Wayans Brothers theme song, okay, till we sisters. Sir, where that he, and if I feel like somebody ambushed me, why would I come back on their show?
Believe God, and I'm just hoping that the world understands that I'm a young, vibrant black man that loves Jesus Christ. No matter how I dress, no matter what I wear, I'm still one of Jesus' children.
I mean, we all are Jesus' children. We all dress differently, but we are all Jesus' children.
Hey, that is a powerful message, and the audience can make their own determinations about your story.
Meaning, they can read through the lines and feel how they want to feel, because we still wondering
about the legal cases. But I wanted to give you a chance to come in and tell your side of the story, to give your way in on the updated legal developments, so that the world can know everything about you and make their own judgments, which is what everybody deserves.
Well, let me say.
And again, this was like right after the Belmonte dude got arrested. So again, this is from a couple weeks ago, but still, this is still after Bishop Robbery was cracking jokes and calling him a sister. Okay, just want to say that right now.
I want to thank you
once again.
I want to thank you for having me, and I think that we need to support each other. And you have been good to me, and we had a great conversation, and I want to thank your team and your staff, and just understand that I'm authentic, and God has done a great thing in my life. Thank you so much.
You don't say. Oh, Mark Lamont Hill's a great person. Really? So it's Bishop be saying things and then feel like because he don't save a live, we don't see it. We see it. We see it. So when him and Mark was on, when he got on his IG live or whatever, and he asked Mark to come up, and Mark came up. And he said, well, you was calling me, girls and like sisters or whatever. And the fact that, Bishop just ducked and dodged that, like with DL, DL be the, no, you said us both. You said us both. Roll that beautiful being footage. Bishop be on some bullshit. Okay, on some bullshit. But that's what he do. Anyway, that was my little Bishop Robbery tidbit. Okay, let's get into this Sherri Shepherd thing. So, Sherri Shepherd married this man right here. Okay, what's his name? This is her second ex-husband, Lamar Sally. And they were married. That's the baby he had with a surrogate, you know. Now, this happened, of course, years ago. And I remember when they got married. Now, you know, she met him through Niecy Nash. She's a good friend with Niecy Nash. And I think now if she met him through Niecy Nash, who knew him through her ex-husband, that's a gotcha for you, because Niecy Nash and her husband divorced. So if you introduce me to somebody you knew or met through your husband, who you also divorced, I'm upset with you. But Sherri met him through Niecy Nash. They got together, got married, and all these things, you know, years ago. And all we knew is that him and Sherri got separated, divorced, and in the same time frame of them separating and divorcing, they had this surrogate who was, you know, having a baby for them. Now, y'all know Sherri has a son, Jeffrey, who was special needs. We never heard, Sherri never said anything back when it happened. We were only hearing from Lamar Sattler, the husband, okay, ex-husband, and him saying, "Oh, she's a bad mom. She's not, you know, she's not involved in the pregnancy with the surrogate or whatever. She not here, blah, 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 blah." So it made people crack jokes and feel like she's a bad person. She said, "Fuck that baby." You know, you know what I'm saying? And we've heard that about her since all this happened, because we never heard her talk about what happened. Well, again, I was on TikTok last night or whatever, and I saw where she actually, you know, talked in length just about what happened. So, I mean, let's just get into it. Now, she was on, let me see where it was. 95.5. Okay. Now, this is from about 6 years ago, where she was here doing an interview, and they were just recording it on the phone. And the fact that this has been out, you know, in the atmosphere for years, but nobody, you know, really promoted it. I'm like, no, because I feel like, to me, there's so many instances of Black women going through things and just being silent, because sometimes it's easier to get through shit by just letting it happen and just not addressing shit and then moving on. And I feel like she did that thinking it'd be easier, and it kind of made some people judge her unfairly. Let's get into it.
You know, it's just so many years.
They were talking about Mary J. Blige and Kendu. That's how this conversation even came up. They were discussing, because y'all know Mary J. Blige and Kendu, who were married. You know, Mary worked, Kendu did not. He was her manager, but again, he was getting paid from her. And in the end of the marriage, you know, Kendu was cheating and this and that and that and this, and stuff. Okay. So that was a conversation that they were having that led them to discuss Sherri and her ex Lamar and the baby.
She got to go through so much. The man want her to take care of his mama and his kids and all kinds.
And she ain't got no kids with him. Go somewhere.
But because she makes the money, you know, she's gonna have to pay him something.
And that's because at that time, remember, Mary's ex-husband Kendu wanted Mary to still take care of everything that he had going on. And then what the well? What? Why would I pay for your children who ain't even mine?
You in a situation that makes everybody mad.
Yeah, I pay child support, you know.
Do you see the baby?
Because the child's not biologically connected to me.
Right.
So what
you like, I'm not getting involved in that.
What people don't know, because you will never see anything other than a smile. I don't let you in on my private life. So what people don't know is every day we argue. Every day we argued about this. He wanted a baby. I did not want a baby because I have Jeffrey with special needs. I was tired.
Right.
And he was like, it ain't fair that you have a baby. Do you have a son and I don't have a son? And I mean, it literally, basically, he was like, well, if you don't have my baby, then... So when somebody do this,
right,
that mean I'm going to go... And it was so public, our wedding. Cause
her saying, we argued about this. We argued about this consistently in our marriage. And I feel like that is something that people ignore. When someone say, I do not want more children, and the other person does, a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Her explaining my child is special needs. And again, children with special needs is tough because they need attention. It's different. So I feel like we never knew they were fussing about shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no kids. Don't want no kids. Don't want no more children. And then my husband saying, well, if we don't have kids, because it's not fair for you to have a child, I ain't got one, I won't keep him saying. So your husband basically, it's like extortion. Because if you don't do this, I'm gonna go out and cheat and do. And her first husband, Sherri's first husband, cheated on her and had a baby. Her second husband knew that. So to me, that's trying to be like, look, you know how hurt you was when your first husband did that. So if you don't do this, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's also poking a sore wound, knowing she was hurt when her first husband cheated on her and then went and got somebody else pregnant.
He wanted to have it on TV. He wanted to have a big wedding, which the IRS is still auditing me for. And so it was just like, it was so public. It was an embarrassment. So basically, I had consigned myself to, okay, we're going to have this baby and I'm going to just be unhappy for the rest of my life and have an affair. Because I said, well, how are we going to take care of this child? Because I'm working 2 jobs already. I'm doing a newlywed game. I'm doing a view. And he's like, we'll get a second nanny. How are we supposed to afford a second nanny?
I'm just supposed to work myself to death.
And then I told him, because he was an out-of-work writer. And I said, well, you got to get a job writing. And he was like, no, because if we have a baby, I'm staying home. No, I don't do stay-at-home husbands. I do husbands that work. But he was adamant, I'm not going to Hollywood to get no job. I'm going to stay home. And well, then how am I supposed to? Then that means I got to work. So people don't understand. We were having those kind of arguments every day. And then I got to go on the air and be happy. So I finally said, fine. I didn't pick the surrogate. I didn't pick the donor who had the egg. I didn't pick the gestational carrier. I was not involved.
Pause on that. I feel like, and I see all some of the conversation that happened beforehand. That's in hindsight. I also agree. Kids should be a topic from the beginning. I feel like when you marry somebody who has a special needs child, I feel like they probably discussed kids when I don't want no more. And I feel like he probably said, well, okay. And then once they was married, I want a child. You don't have to have the child, but I want a child. And then even her, because she gets to it later about why she married him and how that was a lesson that she had learned the hard way. I feel like we do not understand how many times we as women, we just say okay sometimes. A lot of people stay in situations because they feel pressure, because the pressure of how old you're getting, you gotta have a husband, you gotta have a house, that, you know what I'm saying? There are pressures in life that people just say, okay. And you keep saying okay because you feel like I'm supposed to be the nice wife. I'm supposed to be a mom. I'm supposed to. And sometimes when you go through things, you learn the hard way. And this is her explaining how she learned something the hard ass way.
So when I finally put him out, because I found out he was doing all kinds of stuff, he said, I said, well, I'll pay you $2,000 a month, $2,500 for your son. And if you need anything, if I'm working, I'll be the fairy godmother. I'll come, hey, Kevin, I'll come in here and I'll help you out. And then he was like, no, I want $10,000 a month.
I said, bitch, what? Now, again, hear what she said. Sherri's issue wasn't the fact that I don't want the child. The issue was Lamar. Was it Lamar? Lamar wanted the child. If you want the kid, you now have the kid. You have the kid, and I will pay you this amount in child support. Go live your life with your child, because if you were going to be a stay-at-home father, go do that in your own house. But in relationships and in marriages that you feel like you're stuck in, she stupidly allowed him to trap her into a baby. Because if she's like, I'm telling you, well, no, that ain't her child. This is the thing. If I'm telling you I don't want no kids, I don't want no children, and you keep badgering me about it, because we not Sherri not the villain in this. Her husband is the villain. He already been played off her emotion of the ex-husband who cheated and had a baby. He's already played that card to manipulate the situation. And the fact that she's like, I already birthed a child that I'm having a hard time raising because he's special needs and I'm working 2 jobs and your ass ain't working. And we fussing every day. And if you are the one, and as she said, he picked a surrogate. He picked the egg donor. I had nothing to do with nothing. Have your child and I'll just be unhappy.
And he said, if your son go to private school, my son go to private school. And I said, but my son is in a school for kids with special needs. If he wasn't, he'd be open to public school in Jersey. So it was that kind of extortion stuff to people. And because God, when he was doing all the interviews, God was like, shut it down. So because God was like, don't talk, I never said nothing. So people don't know. Then, I go and they go, all my merchandise that I used to sell on the road, I had built up like 25 grand. So my business manager was like, yeah, you got $200. So he took all the money out the accounts.
We got to fight. You took money out my account. We got to fight. You was around here trying to get my money.
So that's the kind of stuff people don't know. And for me, like, the baby doesn't know me. I put him out when the lady was 4 months pregnant.
Right.
It would be more detrimental to my son to have a relationship with a child that's not biologically his brother.
Right.
Everybody thinks about my son. They keep going, well, why don't y'all just, be a part of the baby's life? But the baby don't know me.
Right, at all.
He doesn't know me at all. We're not biologically connected. For me to try to build a bond with my son and his child when he already has 2 siblings from my ex-husband who cheated on me and had a baby. Now, I do everything I can to keep their bond. But to open my son's heart to a child that's not his brother, it doesn't make any sense.
Because my child is special needs. It's hard enough for me having to explain his daddy and them kids over there. That's hard in general. And while I feel like she should have never agreed to the surrogacy, I also can see how he used her to get that baby to get money. Because, and she gonna say what, how she felt about the marriage or whatever. But I'm like, if I'm telling you I don't want a child, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want a child. My child, I don't want it. Okay, fine. Get a kid, it'll be yours, leave me alone. Leave me alone. And even once your wife is telling you, I do not want a child, and you keep pushing the issue, you're doing it because it's what you want. And I also feel like Sherri was someone who in the industry folks have made fun of how she looked. They think she's not funny. She's not successful. She already had, the failed first marriage. The husband cheated, had a baby. And I'm in the second marriage. And I don't feel like it wasn't understood that she didn't want kids. I don't. I feel like that's usually a conversation people have. That's probably why they kept fussing about her telling him, I don't want kids. it's easy to say, well, it's her fault because she allowed it to happen. And that's not, it's not black and white in my opinion, because he had a plan. And she is going to say it was a lesson to be learned. Even her saying, I'll pay, I put him out when the girl was 4 months pregnant because of the foul stuff he was already doing. He then took $25,000 out my account. Because we was married, but it was because he ain't working. So we were already disconnected as a family before the baby came.
So I think people don't understand that he wants to have a relationship so he can still be attached to me, so he can do a reality show, so he can, that's why it fought so hard to put my name on their birth certificate. Because
again, they went to court for that, because her point was, it's not my egg. I did not have any, I did not participate in anything except paying for it. That's all I did. But this child has no biological connection to me. I never wanted a child. He did. He did. And the gotcha is, she did not even say, hey, don't put my name on the birth certificate because I don't want to pay you. The fact that she always said she never was denying him child support. You want me to pay for the kid? Cool. But I do not want to be involved. And to me, this is, let's take the what's that man's name? Third child of the Tristan and the girl who he had sex with and got pregnant. And he told her he did not want to have any connection to the kid. The difference in that is that's his biological child. He was out here having sex with somebody and knocked somebody up and created a child. And wanted the person to get rid of the child so he could just be with Chloe. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's different when you have a married couple where the woman is saying, I do not want any more kids. My child that I already have is special needs. That's hard enough on me already. We already fussing. I'm working all day. You not working. And I finally said, well, fuck it. Do it and I'll just be unhappy. And we know many people who just be unhappy in their marriages. And that's the crazy part. But I'm like, the gotcha is, her whole thing was, it wasn't about me not wanting to pay for the child. I just don't want to have to be with that kid. And for me, if that was already what she told me before we got a set, if she told him that, she said, I just won't have, I don't want to be involved. And she then said, I put him out when, the girl was 4 months pregnant, the surrogate was 4 months pregnant. The fact that he picked the surrogate, he picked the egg, all that shit. And her thing was, I will pay you child support. Not only would I pay you child support, I will pay you a lump sum to leave my name off the fucking birth certificate. He was like, no. Because, as she said, because it's more lucrative if he can have this narrative, Sherri Shepherd's a bad mom.
Because I offered to give him a big lump sum. But right. I didn't want my name on the birth certificate. But he fought so hard because for my name to be on the birth certificate, he can still go to People magazine and say, Sherri ain't visited her son and we made this baby out of love and he's sitting here and he got a disease that's going to kill him. Which it's a blood disorder that 4 out of 10 black boys have.
I don't think I'm trying to not put anything on Sherri, but I do feel like there's a difference between somebody who's being stupid and somebody who was purposefully being malicious in their intent to trap someone into doing things. I feel like we all be stupid sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We all do stupid things and we make stupid decisions. But when you purposefully do things to trap somebody, that trumps them being stupid. Because we know she's stupid in hindsight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she thought we are going to get divorced because I find out all the crazy stuff he's doing behind my back. And he's then going to use all of that to get more money out of me for the next 18 years. So I feel like it's a difference when somebody targets you and they manipulate you and they use your insecurities against you. In my opinion, when you get what everyone has some kind of insecurity. You're supposed to get with a person who does not use that against you. And the only reason she's stupid is because she married a man who purposefully used everything that she was insecure about, and he used all of that to get his way. And I could never place those actions over us who we were stupid for a little bit. And the stupidity happened to create, get a child in this world. We've all done stupid things that did not have long effects, but it's still like he targeted her.
My son has the same blood disorder, but he plays it up for the media. So people don't know all of that, but we took it to the Supreme Court. And so, I pay child support, and it's okay. Because if God, the baby didn't ask to be in this.
No.
And so if God is using me to be a financial blessing, then that means I'm always work. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. No, I know, but it's still,
But I have to take onus. You have to take onus for your part in the situation.
See, sometimes we have to wait because I was like, y'all like, she should have known. Again, she's addressing even the part that she played in it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we gotta wait.
Right.
I married him out of fear. I had a fear that Jeffrey wasn't going to have a strong man in his life. Mm-hmm. I married him out of fear that I wasn't going to get married again. That, you go through that whole thing. Oh, who going to want me? Am I going to be married again? Now I'm fine. I'm fine being single. Before I was like, I got to be married.
Yeah, because you get to a certain age and you start getting scared. Like, who going to take care of me?
Yeah.
Am I going to just be working myself to death for the rest of my life?
Exactly.
Like, I need somebody.
Then, girl, people would tell me, you can't have sex.
Even her saying, I was scared my son would not have a strong male figure in his life. I was scared I would be alone forever. And I think people need to be more honest. And some people have those thoughts. And they then make decisions based on those thoughts. And then sometimes the shit don't work out. So I love the fact that even her, what she went through is a lesson. Because how she felt like I need to be married. I need somebody for my son to be you know what I'm saying? And in hindsight, she didn't. So many people make dumb decisions they make dumb decisions, or they make decisions based on society's rules, and you have to be married, you have to have children, you have to give your husband what he wants, you have to be a great wife, and those are the type of things that people put on Black women. And then when we fall into those stereotypes and we stumble and we have to then get up and dust ourselves off and try again, okay? People then want to judge us for falling, not understanding I'm making mistakes in life just like everybody else is. Mine is on Front Street. So I feel like, and again, decisions people make in life change as you get older and you learn a little bit more. Whether you're making dumb decisions in your 20s or 30s or 40s, everything's a life lesson. And the fact that she's saying, I had, I had these insecurities about, what I was supposed to do and what I'm supposed to be. And because she was listening to other people say, you should get married, Sherri. Sherri, I got a good man for you, Sherri. Marry this man. And she's like, okay, my good friend. We have friends in common. it should be this or that.
I offered to give him a big lump sum. But right. I didn't want my name on the birth certificate. But he fought so hard because for my name to be on the birth certificate, he can still go to People magazine and say, Sherri ain't visited her son and we made this big
child. Miss saying, not. Loneliness is a bitch. Look at Shirley Strawberry. If that look, and y'all know I have been avoiding those phone calls from prison because I'm like, I don't want to do it. It's too much, okay? But it's so there are a lot of people who, hell, Mary J. Blige with Kendu and had to pay that. You know what I'm saying? There are so many examples of women who settle because you're told you're supposed to be with somebody. All your friends are married. All your friends' husbands have children. You know what I'm saying?
Baby out of love, and he's sitting here and he got a disease that's gonna kill him. Which it's a blood disorder that 4 out of 10 black boys have. Then my son has the same blood disorder, but he plays it up for the media. So people don't know all of that. But we took it to the Supreme Court, and so I pay child support, and it's okay. Because if God, the baby didn't ask to be in this. No. And so if God is using me to be a financial blessing, then that means I'm always work. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. No, I know, but it's still,
But I have to take onus. You have to take onus for your part in the situation. Right. I married him out of fear. I had a fear that Jeffrey wasn't going to have a strong man in his life. Mm-hmm. I married him out of fear that I wasn't going to get married again. That, you go through that whole thing. Oh, who going to want me? Am I going to be married again? Now I'm fine. I'm fine being single. Before I was like, I got to be married.
Yeah, because you get to a certain age and you start getting scared. Like, who going to take care of me? Yeah. Am I going to just be working myself to death for the rest of my life?
Exactly.
I need somebody.
Then, girl, people would tell me, you can't have sex.
Who can have sex, girl? Not me. Not me, girl.
No, you gotta be married. You can't be out here having sex. You gotta be celibate.
Because y'all want people talking about you. Your business gonna be in the street. Whatever.
The Bible say, 1 Corinthians say, if you lusting, you gotta get married. And I was like, okay, now I gotta get married to have sex. Geez, I don't have all that anymore. Oh, okay. So I needed that relationship to learn how to say, this is what works for me. Yes. So what is working for me, I know y'all say I gotta be celibate, but what works for me right now is my son about to get up in a couple hours. I need you to go. I'm okay with that, girl.
Get out of here. So the whole point in me bringing up her interview is not to, she was, an innocent bystander and she did nothing wrong. I mean, she accepted she has accepted the role she played and why she now is paying child support for a kid who she never wants to have anything to do with. She's aware that she married somebody who purposefully got with her and then got a baby out of her and got money forever. And she also learned what she don't want. She learned to not listen to other people. And the more you don't settle, don't settle. And come on, not bright. Mary J. Blige pay for kids. She didn't even know was around here. And then she had to work to get out of debt because of that man. So Niecy Nash, Sherri Shepherd's story. There are a lot of people. There are women who birth children, because the man trapped them into getting pregnant. It happens. The difference is Sherri said, not out of my cooch. Not out of my cooch. No, sir, rebar. And I feel like the fact that Sherri made a point in saying from the get-go, that child is not mine. That's his child that he wanted. Because he said it ain't fair that you have a son and I don't. Okay, you want a kid? Have one. Here. But she made it clear, like, that's not my child. I didn't want that child. He did. And then once I found out the crazy things he was doing and taking my money, I said, get out. You and your child that you wanted that has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me biologically. And go on their life. Go get you a new one. And again, he probably would never remarry because, he would probably stop getting money. We're going to get child support from her. But in my opinion, if I'm telling you I don't want no kid, and you like, well, I want one anyway, okay, have a kid. And then the same way would the fact that Tristan and Chloe and their surrogate, same thing. While they up here working to get a surrogate, Tristan was right here fucking somebody else and getting her pregnant. The difference was with Chloe and Tristan, that was his sperm and her eggs. And with Lamar and Sherri, nothing came from her. Nothing came from her. And again, she said, I was willing to pay child support. I will pay you the money. But go be a father and live your life. Find someone to be a loving mother to that kid. It ain't going to be me. Because I'm already having to worry about my son who is special needs. And not only that, once I find out you want some B of the S, I don't want nothing to do with you. And I'm also not going to force my son to bond with your child. Leave me out of it. Get out of my face. What would she have done if the baby was born and he then became a good partner? I guess we'll never know. But this is the gotcha. He wasn't a good partner from the beginning. He was never a good partner at all. Because in hindsight, if he was a good partner and he recognized that his wife did not want more children because of her son being born with special needs and that being a feat within itself, and he, pressured her into agreeing to do this, he already was a bad partner. He was already trying to get his way with her, trying to leverage their marriage and him cheating on her in order for him to get a kid. That's the crazy part about it. So I think even if he would have became a good partner, we'll never know because he never was. And maybe if he was a good partner, they could have had a regular family life. But the fact that he ignored what she told him she did not want to get what he wanted is why he is now a single father. And while he, in my eyes, he will always be a piece of shit. Truthfully. Not saying she was not done for ignoring or, just bypassing his red flags. But you marry someone, you hope they're going to treat you right. You hope they're not going to use things against you. And sometimes you don't see the manipulation until you're out of it. Because when you're in it, when you are in the relationship and you are being like a puppet, you know what I'm saying? You're being puppeted or whatever. You don't realize that shit when the strings get cut and you can't walk. Like, wait, I ain't been walking this whole time. He been walking me this whole time. You didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? We hear stories a lot of people who say, I did not even realize how bad my marriage was, or how bad my job was, or how bad whatever it was while I was in it. Because sometimes you're in it and you're trying to survive. And you just day by day. And then we arguing daily about, I don't want kids. I don't want no more kids. And you are just tired of arguing. Fine. And you give in. But the fact that he was like, I ain't gonna work, you gonna work. You gonna work, you gonna get me a surrogate check to pay for these people. And when the baby come, you gonna pay for a nanny, or I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dad. The fuck? A stay-at-home what? So I'm happy, you know what I'm saying, that I was, because I had never heard her discuss it. I didn't know any of that. I did not know that she had offered to still pay child support because that's what he wanted. But my thing is, you can't force somebody to be a parent when they were not trying to get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't boning and she got knocked up and he just said, hey, had a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kept asking, hey, do this for me, please. Please. Fine, leave me alone. Leave me alone. But even, not even that. When people want to bring children into unhappy homes, that's crazy. Because her thing, we keep arguing. This is not, no, we should not really know kid here. But he wanted a baby to get money from her for years. And as she said, and with my name on the birth certificate, he can then do all these stories about how I'm a bad mom, how I abandoned my child, when that child has no connection to me at all, because me and him was beefing from the moment he wanted a surrogate. We was beefing from the moment the lady was 4 months pregnant. I have no connection to that child. I hate the damn daddy. And her saying, I will pay until I don't have to pay no more. That's fine. That's fine. I'll pay it. If I'm gonna be blessed to keep working to pay for a baby that he wanted, however I can be done with him, and I don't have to force my son to be a brother to that kid because that's too much. That's fine. And her saying, in life, we have to heed our own lessons. She didn't say I was innocent. I didn't do shit. She said I stayed married, got with that man out of fear of being alone and my child, my son, not having. I mean, and let's not act like when they got together, he was, because again, the courting of Niecy, when Sherri and that man was dating and got engaged, all the friend group people was so happy about them, how great he was. So it wasn't as if he was this bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in the beginning it was good. And then once you end it, you like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. It's moving too fast. It's moving real fast. It's moving real. What's happening? And again, it's not until you are like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is some bullshit. And they were only married for like, I think maybe 4 years. For like 4 or 5 years. So, but the thing about that is Sherri going through that, because they were married in, Sherri Shepherd is currently 56 years old. They got married in 2011 and they were divorced in 2015. That was almost like 8 years ago. So I'm sure, she's learned a lot, since then, let me see. Because how old was she? Let me see. No, girl, the math. I'm trying to do the math around here. So they got married in 2011. And she was born in 1967. How old was she when this happened? She was 44. She was 44 when they got married. And again, I ain't gonna never get married. Let me marry this man. I can't believe it. What am I gonna do? I'm upset. And again, what she learned from that, because she seems like, I'm happy now. I'm not, attached to no man. I'm not unhappy. And I am at a place in life where I am successful. My son is thriving. And I can live life how I want to. And had she still stayed married to him with that baby she ain't want, Who knows if she would have been, you know what I'm saying, what could have been happening around here? Who knows? But people get older and feel like I gotta marry somebody and he nice. I guess I'll marry him. And men do it too. They be around here just marrying them damn body and divorce kind of bullshit. You know. But again, we shall see if that man will ever be like, you know what, Sherri, I don't want your money no more, Sherri. You know, let's end the child support. Cause he a piece of shit to me because again, he round here getting money for a kid. You know, the baby's a paycheck. The baby is a paycheck. And at the end of the day, her point was, I will pay you the money, but I will never, I will never choose to be in that child's life because that ain't what I want. At all. At all. The baby, let's see, the baby whose name is Lamar Jr. was born in August of 2014. So the baby will be 10. Baby is turned 9. And I have no biological connection to that child. A donor egg, a whole other person, leave me be, bitch. Okay, and this is the gotcha. It ain't Sherri's fault if that baby don't have no mama. It's the daddy fault because you knew she ain't want no kid for one, and once y'all divorced for two, you could get with somebody who wants to be a mother. Sherri, I don't want to be the mama. No ma'am. No ma'am. Okay. You could have kept living your life, keep collecting child support, and you can date somebody who can or marry somebody else who will be a mother to that child because it ain't Sherri, it's not me. And if he cared more about forcing her to connect to a child that she never wanted, that had no connection to, versus making sure whoever he has in that child life wants to be the mother in that child life, that's on him. He prevented that child from having a parent, a mom. Nine years left, Sherri. Just 9 more years. Okay, you got 9 more years left of child support, and that's it. Girl, look, my thing be, look, don't y'all be set. Look, I refuse to ever settle. Ever. You need to be happy with who you with. Whether you marry them or dating them, you need whoever the person is that's in your life, they need to make you happy. And last thing I may think about is she also probably did not want to have a kid because they weren't happy. She wasn't happy. Bottom line. Anyway, y'all, we done. I hope we had a good time tonight. I'm gonna go chill out or whatever. Y'all, please make sure that you have already liked the video. Okay, subscribe to my channel. Become a whole JayBird. Okay. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok of the talk. And y'all know to wait. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that. We shall see if I will be live tomorrow after work. I don't know. If nothing going on, I would not be live, and I will have content up on the weekends. But y'all know, please come around here and check it out to see if she live or no. We never know. Okay. But again, don't forget, y'all, it's okay to be stupid, but learn from this. Okay, learn from it. Anyway, I love you all. Have a good day. Good day. Have a good night. Be safe. I love you all. I gotta go.